everybody. Scoony007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we've got the 8-11 Texas Rangers taking on the 11-9 Boston Red Sox. This is game 4 of a 4-game series. Boston looking to sweep, but can the Rangers come back and take one? We'll find out today, and here is the starting lineup for the Texas Rangers. Leading off, the second baseman, Ian Kinsler. Batting second, the shortstop, Michael Young. Batting third, the center fielder, Josh Hamilton. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Milton Bradley, in the cleanup position. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Hank Bellock. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Jason Botts. Batting seventh, the right fielder, David Murphy. Batting eighth, the catcher, Gerald Laird. And batting ninth, the first baseman, Ben Burchard. On the mound for the Red Sox, it is Clay Buzzcoles. Comes into the game with a 5.63 ERA. He's got 1 win and 1 loss. He's pitched 16 innings, allowed 21 hits, 12 strikeouts, and 8 walks. We're here at historic Fenway Park, which gives nothing to strikeouts, but a +4 to walks, and nothing to home runs. And with that, Ian Kinsler will step up into the batter's box as the home plate umpire dusts it off. And we are ready. He comes into the box with a .386 average. And the first pitch. And this ball game is underway. 1-4. Column 1, row 4. That's going to be a strikeout. On a 1-7, that's a 4. Struck him out. And starts this game off with a strikeout. So let's take a look at the starting defense for the Boston Red Sox. We've got Thurston out there in left field. Ellsbury will be in center. Drew at right field. Going around the horn, we've got Laurie on third. Lugo playing short. Peoria's on second. Yorkhill is at first. Cash is behind the plate. And Clay is on the mound. Michael Young batting a .266, and here is the pitch. 1-5, column 1, row 5, that is a blank. Right now, Clay is not tired. He can face 23 more batters, so we consider that one a blank. We're going to roll for Young. 6-6, column 6, row 6, and that's going to be a ground ball to Peoria, who will make the catch and put 2 away. Josh Hamilton batting a .276. 1-1, column 1, row 1, possible error on a ground ball. 6-3, column 6, row 3, that's going to be good for a base hit down the first baseline. Error range, that is an error on a ground ball. Yorkhill's error is a 3. It's no error check made on infield singles on that one. So Hamilton will take first. Milton Bradley is up, and let's see if he's the key to bringing in a run. Strategy roll is a 3. He's batting a .339, and here is the pitch. 1-1, column 1, row 1, possible error on a ground ball. And that's going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. Now, that is a split. Clay is a right-handed pitcher, so on the batter card, when we get a split on the batter card, we look to see if the pitcher is left or right. In this case, he's a right-handed pitcher, so that's going to be a fly out to Thurston. And that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the first. And here is the starting lineup for the Boston Red Sox. Leading off, the center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury. Batting second, the second baseman, Dustin Peoria. Batting third, the designated hitter, Big Poppy, David Ortiz. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Kevin Yorkhill, in the cleanup position. Batting fifth, the right fielder, J.D. Drew. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Jed Laurie. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Julio Lugo. Batting eighth, the catcher, Kevin Cash. Batting ninth, the left fielder, Joe Thurston. On the mound for the Rangers, it is Carson Garbod. He'll come in the game with a 6.73 ERA. 2 wins, 1 loss. He's pitched 14 2/3 of an inning, allowed 17 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 12 walks. And with that, Ellsbury steps up. He's batting a .258, and the pitch. 4-3, column 4, row 3. That's going to be good for a walk. Remember, on a walk, we add 4 to the range. That is a 10. That's going to be a 4. And that's going to be good for a walk for Jacoby. So, as Ellsbury will trot on down to first, let's take a look at the starting defense for the Texas Rangers. Bradley is out there in left field. Hamilton will play center. Murphy in right field, going around the horn. Belloc will be on third. Young at short. Kinsler is on second. Bouchard behind first. Laird is behind the plate. And Carson is on the mound. Dustin Peoria batting at .316. Strategy well is a 16. They're going to go for a sacrifice play. Infield at double play depth. And here is the pitch. 1-5, column 1, row 5. Now that is going to be a blank. Dustin is a right-handed batter. So on the pitcher card, we look to the right-handed side of the slash. And that is a successful sac bunt. Ellsbury will go over to second. So we'll roll. That is a 1-4. On a 3-4, it's bunted down the first baseline to Bouchard. On a 1-14, it is a great sacrifice bunt. So 1 away, and with that, they get Ellsbury over to second, and we have a 1. So now we have a steal attempt. That is going to be Ellsbury is left. That's going to be a -2. They are going to send him. And that is an 8. That's going to be a 16. No change there. And with that, Ellsbury is safe on third. And with that, Big Poppy comes up. He's batting a .299. Infield is playing in, and here is the pitch. 6-3, column 6, row 3. Strikeout plus on a 1-18. The 17 in range. Struck him out. Struck him out, and that's going to bring up Kevin Yorkhill. 2 outs. When you have 2 outs, you add a +1 to the base run rating. And with that, Kevin Yorkhill is up. He's batting a .296. Strategy roll is an 8. Infield playing normal. And the pitch. 3-3, column 3, row 3. Possible error. Now, on an error check, we're going to check the number in the bracket. 5-5, column 5, row 5, ground ball to Belloc. His error range is on a 1-9. That is a 13. There is no error there. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on for the Red Sox. After 1, we're tied at 0. We go to the top of the second. Hank Belloc, Jason Butts, and David Murphy due up for the Rangers. Hank Belloc batting a .313, and here is the pitch. 6-2, column 6, row 2. That is going to be a range play at the ballpark. Anytime the at symbol comes up, you resume the play using the ballpark card. Also, in this case, we are going to also check for a range play. So that is the first number of the outfielder arm. Of the outfielders. Whose range are we checking? 4-5. column 4, row 5. That's a fly ball to Drew. His range is a 1-2. That is a 2. He sees it, runs back, makes the catch, and puts one away. Drew is 2 for 12 on his range checks, 17%. Jason Botts batting a 200, and here is the pitch. 3-1, column 3, row 1. That is going to be a walk on a 1-23. Remember, we had 4 for the walk. So that is one of the very few times where we can get over 20. That is a 23. That's going to be a 2, and that's going to be a walk. So Botts will walk to first, infield playing double. At double play depth. David Murphy batting a 242, and here is the pitch. Strategy roll 15. 2-6, column 2, row 6. Home run on a 1-12. That is a 6. And that ball is out of here. As Murphy hits it down the right field side, Drew going back, and that ball is out of here. 2-run home run into the bullpen for David Murphy, and puts the Rangers up 2-0. That's going to bring up Jared Laird. Laird batting a 317. 4-6, column 4, row 6. That is a range play. Whose range are we checking? 6-6, column 6, row 6. That's a fly ball back there to Ellsbury. His range is on a 1-4. It's a line drive to center field. Ellsbury's range 1-4. That is a 3. He sees it and makes the diving catch. And puts 2 away. Ben Bouchard batting a 114, and here is the pitch. 5-6, column 5, row 6. Home run chance on a 1-18. That is a 6. And that is going to be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. Double star 5. Actually, home run check is on a 1-11. The 19, too high. On a double star, we go to the auto outline, and we see that's going to be a fly ball back there to Thurston. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. 2 runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and none left on for the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the second. J.D. Drew, Jed Laurie, and Julio Lugo due up for the Red Sox. J.D. Drew batting a 276, and here is the pitch. 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is going to be a walk on a 1-25. That's going to be a 15, and that is going to be a walk for J.D. Drew. That is the second walk allowed in this game by Carson. Jed Laurie batting a 167. Strategy roll 13, infield at double play depth, and here is the pitch. 1-4, column 1, row 4, strikeout on a 1-10. That's going to be a 20. The 20 is too high. 3-4, column 3, row 4, and that's going to be a ground ball to Kinsler. Kinsler makes the catch. We'll check for a double play. That's going to be a +1. That's going to be a 5. Young is a 0. So the pivot is the shortstop with that, and that is going to be a double play. Now, we take the ground double play rating, which is a 5, roll 1d6 against it. That is a 2. So if that die roll is less than or equal to the ground double play rating, it becomes a double play. In this case, it is a 4-6-3 double play. And that'll put 2 away, and Julio Lugo is up. He's batting a 242, and here is the pitch. 2-6, column 2, row 6. That is a walk plus. Now, on a walk plus, we add 10 plus the 4, so we're adding 14 to that range. That is a 31. That is a 12. And that is a walk on a full count. So Lugo is on, keeps the inning alive for the Red Sox. Strategy rolls an 18, and here is Kevin Cash, batting a .333. The pitch. 4-5, column 4, row 5. That is a range play. Whose range are we checking? 3-3, column 3, row 3, double star 1. That's a ground ball to Bouchard. His range is on a 1-2. That is a 6. That's going to be good for a single. Can't get it. And with that, Lugo will go to second. But does he go to third? Does he pick up the extra base? He'll go from first to third on a base run rating of a 2 through 6. Base run rating is a 3. He'll advance to third, and that puts runners on the corners for the Red Sox. So, runners on the corner. Strategy roll is a 20. Anytime you roll a 20 on the strategy die, it becomes a pickoff chance. Carson doesn't pick anyone off, but we'll still show it off. That is a 14. We'll prove that number there. Joe Thurston. First time we're seeing him. 2-5, column 2, row 5. That is a blank. So remember, Carson has not faced his allotted number of batters, so we ignore the S1 until he's tired. 4-6, column 4, row 6. Line drive back up to Carson. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on for the Red Sox. We go to the after 2. It's Rangers 2, Red Sox nothing. We go to the top of the third and top of the order for the Rangers. Ian Kinsler, Michael Young, and Josh Hamilton. Kinsler is 0 for 1, struck out his last time up, and here is the pitch. 4-4, column 4, row 4. Strike out on a 1-7. The 10 is too high. 1-6, column 1, row 6. Line drive to York Hills. And that'll be out number 1. 1 away, and that's going to bring up Michael Young. Young batting a .263, and here is the pitch. 2-6, column 2, row 6. That's going to be good for a single. Young being a right-handed batter. We look to the right-handed side of the slash. And that'll put Young on. Next up, Josh Hamilton is 1 for 1 today. Strategy roll is a 10. Infield at double play depth, and here is the pitch. 1-2, column 1, row 2. Possible strikeout. On a 1-10, that is a 6. Struck him out. And that'd be 2 away, and Milton Bradley comes up. He's 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 6, and here is the pitch. 4-5, column 4, row 5. That is a walk plus. On a 1-28, that is a 19, and that is going to be good for a walk. So runners in first and second, Hank Bellock up. He's 0 for 1 today. Strategy roll 8, and here is the pitch. 1-1, column 1, row 1. Possible error on a ground ball. 1-1, and that column 1, row 1, ground ball to Peoria, whose error range is on a 1-2. That's going to be a 15. No error there. He'll scoop it up, and that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on for the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the third. Jacoby Ellsbury, Dustin Peoria, and David Ortiz. Top of the order for the Red Sox. Jacoby Ellsbury walked his last time up, and here is the pitch. Ellsbury 1-2, column 1, row 2, and that is going to be a 1-0 pitch. It's a foul ball. We're going to re-roll the dice. 5-5, column 5, row 5. Wild pitch again. He'll smack that one into the stands again. And here is the pitch again. 1-1, column 1, row 1. That is a strikeout on a 1-7. The 17 is too high. 4-3, column 4, row 3. Double star 2. That's going to be a ground ball to Kinsler. He'll make the catch. And that'll put one away. Dustin Peoria, 0 for 0 today, and here is the pitch. 6-6, column 6, row 6. That's going to be a range play. Whose range are we checking? 5-5, column 5, row 5, and that's going to be a ground ball to Young. His range is on a 1-3. That is a 2. He'll make the catch. Throw it over to Ben in time. And that puts 2 away. Big Poppy. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Struck out his last time up. 6-4. Column 6. Row 4. Double question mark. Double star and a 1-10. That's going to be a 5. Now, in the physical game, you roll 1d6 for that line. In the PC game, it'll randomly choose it, and that's going to be a ground ball to Belloc, who will make the catch, throw it over to Ben, and that will retire the side. As the Red Sox go down in order, no runs, no hits, no errors. After 3, it's Rangers 2, Boston nothing. We go to the top of the 4th. Jason Botts, David Murphy, and Jared Laird do up for the Rangers. Jason Botts with a walk and a run scored, and here is the pitch. 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is a strikeout on a 1-23. That is a 16. Struck him out. And that'll put one away. David Murphy, 1 for 1 today with a home run or 1 and 2 RBIs, and here is the pitch. 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1-9. That's going to be a 7. Struck him out. And that'll put 2 away. Jared Laird, 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1-9. The 13 is too high. 6-2, column 6, row 2. That's going to be a single out there into right field, as it'll drop down in front of Drew. And with that, Laird is on. Keeps the inning alive with a base hit. Ben Bouchard is up. He's 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 6. Nothing new, as the Rangers will hold on strategy. 2-4, column 2, row 4. That's going to be a range play. Whose range are we checking? 4-4, column 4, row 4. Ground ball to Peoria. His range is on a 1-4. That is a 6. It'll go in between his legs. Can't get it. Laird will go to second, but does he pick up third? He'll go from first to third on a base run rating of a 3 through 6. That is a 5. And that puts runners on the corners. Top of the order, Ian Kinsler is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 4, and here is the pitch. 4-4. Column 4, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1-7. The 14 is too high. 5-1, column 5, row 1. Fly ball back there to Ellsbury. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Kevin Yorkills, J.D. Drew, and Jed Laurie due up for the Red Sox. Kevin Yorkills 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 2-2, column 2, row 2, at the ballpark. We're going to go to Fenway Park. 3-2, column 3, row 2. That is a single to Murphy. And with that, Yorkills is on with leads off with a base hit. J.D. Drew is up. He walked his last time up. Strategy roll is a 5. Infield at double play depth, and here is the pitch. 1-5, column 1, row 5. That is going to be a double star. Drew being a left-handed batter. So in the pitcher card, we look to the left-handed side. Ground ball to Young. And that is going to be a double play. That's a +1. That's going to be a 4. Kinsler's a 0. So Rangers on a 1 to 4. That is a 1. 1 is less than or equal to it's less than the 4. It's a double play. And that clears the bases. Jed Laurie is up. Second double play of the game for the Rangers. Jed Laurie 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 3-2, column 3, row 2, and that's going to be a walk plus. On a 1 to 27, that's going to be a 15, and that's going to be good for a walk. Julio Lugo is up. He's walked his last time up. Strategy roll is a 7, and here is the pitch. 6-3, column 6, row 3. That is a blank. Lugo. 3-3, column 3, row 3. Ground ball down the third baseline to Belloc, who'll make the catch. And that retires the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Red Sox. After 4, it's Rangers 2, Red Sox nothing. We go to the top of the 5th. Michael Young, Josh Hamilton, Milton Bradley due up for the Rangers. Michael Young, 1 for 2, and here is the pitch. 5-4, column 5, row 4, at the ballpark. We're going to go to Fenway Park. 4-5, column 4, row 5. Fly ball back there to Drew. He'll make the catch and put 1 away. Josh Hamilton is 1 for 2 today with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. 1-2, column 1, row 2, strikeout. On a 1 to 10, that is a 6. Struck him out. And that'll put 2 away, and Milton Bradley is up. Bradley 0 for 1 today with a walk, and here is the pitch. 5-1, column 5, row 1. That is a blank. Bradley. 2-1, column 2, row 1. That's going to be a base hit down the third baseline. And with that, Bradley gets on with a base hit. Hank Belloc 0 for 2, strategy roll 15, and here is the pitch. Infield normal depth. 6-2, column 6, row 2, range play at the ballpark. We're going to go to Fenway Park. 3-1, column 3, row 1. Ground ball down the first baseline to Yorkills. He'll make the catch. Rangers on a 1 to 3. That's going to be a 5. Can't get it in time. Bradley will go over to second, but does he pick up third? He'll go from first to third on a 2 through 6. That is a 3. And he'll make it to third. So once again, the Rangers have runners on the corners. Jason Botts 0 for 1 with a walk, a strikeout, and a run. Strategy rolls an 18, and here is the pitch. 3-4, column 3, row 4, strikeout. On a 1 to 23, that's going to be a 20. Struck him out. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Kevin Cash, Joe Thurston, and Jacoby Ellsbury due up for the Red Sox. Kevin Cash 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 3-1, column 3, row 1. That is going to be a walk. On a 1 to 17, that is a critical fail. That is a 1. And that'll move Kevin Cash over to first as Carson will walk him. Joe Thurston, 0 for 1. Strategy roll is an 18, and here is the pitch. 1-5, column 1, row 5, double star, ground ball to Kinsler. That is a 2. That's going to be a 5. Now, the roll is greater than. So that is going to be a force out. Cash will get forced out at second. And it's a fielder's choice as Thurston will take first. Top of the order, Jacoby Ellsbury is 0 for 1 with a walk. Strategy rolls an 18, and here is the pitch. 1-2, column 1, row 2. That's going to be a wild pitch. Now, on a 1 to 9, it's a wild pitch. On a 10 to an 11, it's a passed ball. It's a 6, it's a wild pitch. And with that, Thurston will take second.
Just a bit outside.
And with that, Ellsbury, here's the pitch. 3-1, column 3, row 1. That is a single down the first baseline to Bouchard. Joe will go to third, but does he come home? Base run rating from 2. He'll go for second home on a 4 through 6. That is a 3. Stop sign goes up. He'll get the hold sign. And with that, strategy rolls a 13, infield at double play depth. And that's going to bring up Dustin Peoria. Peoria is 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 6-1, column 6, row 1. That is a strikeout. On a 1 to 4, the 19 is too high. 6-1, column 6, row 1. Fly ball back there to Hamilton. And that is a failed sacrifice roll. That is a 6. So now we'll look at the arm. And that is a 1. So on a 1, we check the second digit there of the die. So we roll both die. That is a 4. So the lead runner does advance on both of those. But we check for Ellsbury. Does he advance to second? Base run rating is a 3. That is going to be a 4. The roll is high. Trailing runner holds. So Ellsbury will hold off at first. But the Red Sox, more importantly, on a sacrifice, will get Peoria, gets Thurston home. Big Poppy due up now. He's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 16. Infield at normal depth with 2 outs. And the pitch, 5-6. Column 5, row 6. strikeout plus on a 1-18. That is a 7. Struck him out.
The swing and a miss. He struck him out.
And that will retire. And that retires the side with 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. After 5, it's Rangers 2, Red Sox 1. We go to the top of the 6th. And with that, Red Sox have a new pitcher on the mound. So during that inning where the Red Sox were up at bat, they were getting a new pitcher ready. And they are going to go with Justin Masterson will come in. That is his card. Masterson comes into the game with a 3.0 ERA. He's pitched 9 innings, allowed 8 hits, 9 strikeouts, and 5 walks. No wins, no losses just yet for him. Take a look at the stats here for Clay. Clay went 5 innings, allowed 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 1 home run, an ERA of a 5.14. So David Murphy, Jared Laird, and Ben Bouchard do up for the Rangers. 7, 8, and 9 for Justin Masterson. He's done warming up, and here is the pitch. 5-6, column 5, row 6, at the ballpark. We're going to go to Fenway Park. 2-1, column 2, row 1. Now that is a blank. Anytime a blank comes up, it is a rare play. So let's see what the rare play today is. And shortstop goes into the hole, makes the play, and hurts arm on the throw. Resolve play as a G6 check for injury to shortstop after range play. Lugo's range is on a 1-2. That's going to be a 5. No range there. Doesn't.
Let that ball get by him.
It gets by him, and Julio Lugo is injured and is out for 8 games. So I'll mark that down on my DL list. And with that shortstop now coming in, the trainers are going to go over there and help Lugo off. And they are going to move over Jed Laurie will take over at shortstop. So at third base, that is going to be Mike Lau. Lau will take over at third. So Laurie will just move over to shortstop. Lau will come on for third for the injured Julio. Jared Laird, 1 for 2. It's a strategy roll is a 3 that becomes a hit and run. So on a hit and run, all ground double play ratings are a -2. All base run ratings will get a +2. Home run and walk ratings for the batter are cut in half. We round those down. Lineouts are double plays, except for an error on a throw. And if the batter strikes out, we'll resolve the play as a steal. Jared Laird is 1 for 2, no outs, and a runner on first. And that is going to be a 3-5. Column 3, row 5. That is a strikeout. On a 1-9, that is a 7. Struck him out. Struck him out, Murphy. That is a base run rate, a steal rating of a 15. So he'll steal second. Now, error range for Cash is on a 1 to 8. That is a 7. It is a throwing error. And with that, Murphy goes over to third. And that's going to bring up Ben Bouchard. Bouchard is 1 for 2 with a runner now in scoring position. And here is the pitch. 2-5, column 2, row 5. That's a range play. Whose range are we checking? 5-3, column 5, row 3. And that is going to be a ground ball to York Hills. His range is a 1. That's going to be a 5. That's going to make it a double. And with that, it becomes a double into right field. 1 run will score. It's an RBI double by Ben Bouchard. It's now 3-1 Rangers. Top of the order. As the order clicks over, Ian Kinsler is 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. Strategy rolls a 16, and here is the pitch. 2-4, column 2, row 4. That is a double star. That's going to be a fly ball back there to Ellsbury. He'll make the catch. And that will put 2 away. Bouchard will hold. That is a 0. The 6 is high. Ellsbury will -2. Michael Young, 1 for 3. Strategy roll is an 11. And here is the pitch. 1-5, column 1, row 5. Strikeout plus on a 1 to 20. That is a 5. Struck him out. And no change to the runs there for the unearned runs. So 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 error. And 2 left on. 1 left on, sorry. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be Kevin Yorkills, J.D. Drew, and Jed Lurie due up for the Red Sox. Taking a look, Carson can go 1 more batter. They are going to leave him out in the mound there, but taking a look over at the bullpen for the Rangers. Bullpen's starting to warm up. We got some action in the Rangers bullpen. Kevin Yorkills is 1 for 2 today, and here is the pitch. 2-1, column 2, row 1, at the ballpark. We're going to go to Fenway Park. Remember, an inside pitch, no lead is safe. 3-4, column 3, row 4. That's going to be a double star 4. It's a ground ball to Belloc, who will make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. J.D. Drew is 0 for 1 with a walk, and here is the pitch. 3-4, column 3, row 4. That's going to be a walk plus. On a 35, that's going to be a 5, and that's going to be a walk. So with that, Drew is on first. Infield at double play depth. Jed Lurie now up. He's 0 for 1 with a walk, and here is the pitch. Strategy roll, by the way, is a 4. Red Sox holding off. 5-3, column 5, row 3. That is a hit by pitch. That is a 0. Carson will give a -6. That is a 5. 2-2, column 2, row 2. Fly ball back there to Murphy. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Michael Lau, batting a 143, and here is the pitch. 4-6, column 4, row 6. That is a blank. And 4-3, column 4, row 3. That's going to be a fly ball back there to Murphy. He'll make the catch and retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on for the Red Sox. After 6, it's Rangers 3, Red Sox 1. We go to the top of the 7th. Josh Hamilton, Milton Bradley, Hank Belloc due up for the Rangers. Taking a look here, Justin Masterson can face 3 more batters. He is staying out there for 1 more inning. Hamilton, 1 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts, and here is the pitch. 6-6, column 6, row 6 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Fenway Park. 3-1, column 3, row 1. That's going to be a ground ball to Yorkills. He'll make the catch. Tags the base and out number 1. In time on that one. Milton Bradley is 1 for 2 with a walk, and here is the pitch. 4-2, column 4, row 2. That is a blank. 5-5, column 5, row 5. That is a double star 5. It's a fly ball back there to Ellsbury. He'll make the catch. And that puts 2 away. Hank Belloc, 1 for 3, and here is the pitch. 2 up, 2 down for the Rangers. 1-6, column 1, row 6. Strikeout plus on a 1-19. That is a 6. Struck him out. And sing, take me out to the ball game. So no runs, no hits, no errors as the Red Sox retire the Rangers in order. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Kevin Cash, Joe Thurston, and Jacoby Ellsbury due up for the Red Sox. We do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Rangers as Jace Kaysen is done. And they are going to bring in Bill White. That is his card. White will come in. Comes into the game with no ERA. He's pitched 2/3 of an inning, allowed 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Carson. He went 6 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run. 1 earned run, 6 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 1 wild pitch, an ERA of a 5.22. 8-9-1 in the Red Sox order. Kevin Cash, 1 for 1. Before we take a look at the play here, let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 have been played here at Fenway Park. Rangers scored 2 runs in the 2nd, a run in the 6th, 3 runs on 9 hits and no errors. Boston scoring the only run in the 5th inning. They have 1 run on 3 hits and 1 error. Kevin Cash, 1 for 1 with a walk, and here is the pitch. 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is a question mark, single in a 1-12. 17 too high. 2-4, column 2, row 4. That's going to be good for a single. And with that, Kevin Cash leads off with a base hit. Joe Thurston is up. He's 0 for 2 today with a run scored. Strategy roll is an 11, and here is the pitch. 4-4, column 4, row 4. Wild pitch. On a 1-2, it's a passed ball. It's a 10, nothing happens. 3-5, column 3, row 5. Fly ball back there to Murphy. And that'll be out number 1. 1 away, and we go to the top of the order. Jacoby Ellsbury, 1 for 2 today with a walk. Strategy roll is a 6, and here is the pitch. 4-5, column 4, row 5. That is a walk plus. On a 1 to 20, that is a 6. That's going to be good for a walk. Tying run at first. Dustin Peoria is up. He's 0 for 1 with an RBI. Strategy rolls a 19 with the infield at double play depth, and that is going to be a sacrifice play. Peoria, 6-1, column 6, row 1, walk plus. On a 1 to 11, that is an 18. And that loads the bases. They're leaving him out there. David Ortiz, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Big Poppy gonna take the hit. And here is the pitch. 1-6, column 1, row 6. That becomes a walk. Bill White tired, not the result he wanted to see on those dice. That's a 17. That is a 7. And that's going to walk in a run. And with that, Bill White comes out, gets one out, and loads the bases up, walks in a run, and they're going to pull him from that, and they are going to bring in Franklin German. That is his card. German will come into the game with no ERA. He's got he's pitched 4 1/3 of an inning, allowed 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Take a look at the stats here for Bill White. He went 1/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and has an ERA of a 9.0. However, he is responsible for the 3 base runners on. Kevin Yorkills is 0 for 3 today. Strategy roll is a 2. Red Sox now down by a run. 6-5. Column 6, row 5. Home run on a 1 to 17. That is a 6. And that is a grand slam home run. They all come home. Yorkills takes the lead on a 4-run grand slam.
Fly ball deep to left field, looking down the line. Gone. Towering fly ball.
And that ball's going back to the Green Monster. Bradley goes back after, bumps into the scoreboard, but that ball has cleared the stadium. And I hear a car alarm going off on the other side of the Green Monster as he smacks it and it lands into somebody's windshield on that one. Kevin Yorkills with a grand slam takes the Red Sox to the lead. It's 6-3. They flip the scoreboard. And the crowd here at Fenway Park goes crazy. J.D. Drew is up. He's 0 for 1 with 2 walks, and here is the pitch. 4-3, column 4, row 3. Possible error on a throw. 3-5, column 3, row 5. Fly ball back there to Murphy. Murphy will make the catch, and that puts 2 away. Jed Laurie, 0 for 2 with a walk. 3-3, column 3, row 3. Possible error. And taking a look real quick down at the Red Sox bullpen, they're all congratulating Kevin Yorkills on that home run, on that grand slam home run. 6-2, column 6, row 2. And that is going to be a fly ball back there to Murphy. Error range for Murphy is on a 1 to 2. That's a 20. It's too high. No error there. And that will retire the side. 5 runs, 2 hits, no errors. After 7. Boston 6, Rangers 3. We go to the top of the 8th. Jason Botts, David Murphy, and Jared Laird due up for the Rangers. So the Red Sox going to go once again to the bullpen. And they are going to bring in Manny. So that is his card. Manny Del Carmen. He'll come into the game with a 9.0 ERA. He's got 2 saves, 5 innings pitched, allowed 9 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Justin, he went 2 innings, allowed 1 hit, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts, an ERA of a 3.28. Bill White, ERA jumps up to a 36 on that because of the grand slam home run, 1 hit, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, and 3 walks. Top of the 8th, it's going to be Jason Botts, David Murphy, and Jared Laird due up. They're going to leave the outfield as is, not going to make any changes. Actually, they are. Thurston will come out at left field. And they are going to bring in Manny Ramirez. Ramirez will take over at left field. And at right field, J.D. Drew will come out. And they're going to bring in Jonathan Van Every. So those are the changes there. Every now playing right field. Ramirez will play in left field. And with that, Jason Botts, 0 for 2 with a walk, 2 strikeouts, and a run. And here is the pitch. 5-6, column 5, row 6. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 23. That is a 9. Struck him out. David Murphy, 2 for 3 with a home run, a strikeout, a run, 2 RBIs. Now, that home run that Murphy hit, that is his 2nd home run of the replay. And here is the pitch. 3-2, column 3, row 2, double star. That is a fly ball to Van Every. He'll make the catch and put 2 away. Jared Laird, 1 for 3 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. 2-3, column 2, row 3, at the ballpark. We're going to go to Fenway Park. 2-1, column 2, row 1. That is a blank. That is a rare play. And that is a slow roll. Here's the rare play. It's a slow roll to the pitcher who possibly bobbles the ball, then throws it wild to first. Resolved by rolling against the pitching error rate for first for the bobble, then for the throw. No error by Manny DeClaren, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors as the Red Sox retire the Rangers in order, 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Mike Lau, Kevin Cash, Manny Ramirez due up for the Red Sox. And with that, Franklin German can face 2 more batters, but unfortunately they are going to pull him. So back to the bullpen for the Rangers we go as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And that is going to be Eddie. No, they're not going to bring in Eddie. They're going to bring in Franklin Francisco. That is his card. So Francisco will come into the game with a 4.03. He's got one save, pitched 6 and 2/3 innings, allowed 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Franklin German. He went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 home run. He is credited for the home run, but White is credited for the runs on that. Mike Lau, 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. They are going to let Lau take the hit. No change to the defense for the Rangers. 6-6. Column 6, row 6. Walk plus on a 1 to 23. That's going to be an 11, and that's going to be good for a walk. So with that, Lau will trot on down to first, and Kevin Cash is 2 for 2 with a walk and a run. And here is the pitch. 3-6, column 3, row 6. Strikeout plus on a 1 to 28. That is a 10. Struck him out. And that puts 1 away. Manny Ramirez, 0 for 0, and here is the pitch. Ramirez, 6-6, column 6, row 6. That is a walk plus on a 30. That's definitely going to be a 13, and that's going to be good for a walk. So runners on first and second. And we go to the top of the order. Jacoby Ellsbury is 1 for 2 with 2 walks and a run. And here is the pitch. 2-6, column 2, row 6. That is a blank. Ellsbury being a left-handed batter. On the pitcher card, we look to the left-handed side of the slash. 3-5, column 3, row 5. That's going to be a ground ball to Belloc. And that is hit to the third base. Are they going to go for the double play? No, they are not. They're going to go for the force. They are going to go for the double play, though. And with that, it is not a double play. Lau will go to third. On a fielder's choice, Ramirez is forced out. And Ellsbury is on by fielder's choice. Dustin Peoria, 0 for 1 with a walk, a run, and an RBI. Runners on first and third, and here is the pitch. Francisco can go one more batter, 2 outs. And strategy rolls are turned off. Now, the reason they're turned off is we take the difference in the score. In this case, it's being a 3, 6-3. We take that number 3, add it to the inning we're in. We're in the 8th inning. 3 plus 8 is 11. If the number you get is higher than 10, no strategy is used. Dustin Peoria, 0 for 1 with a walk, a run, RBI, 1-4. Column 1, row 4, strikeout plus on a 1 to 14. That's going to be a 13. Struck him out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 and 2 left on for the Red Sox. After 8, Boston 6, Rangers 3. We go to the top of the 9th. Ben Bouchard, Ian Kinsler, Michael Young due up for the Rangers. Rangers down by 3, but as you know, an inside pitch, no lead is safe. Will we see some 9th inning magic? And with that, Manny DeClaron is tired. So we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Red Sox. And they're going to bring in Jonathan Pebleton for the save. Pebleton comes into the game with a 2.69 ERA. He's got no wins and 1 loss. He's got 4 saves. He's pitched 6 2/3 of an inning, allowed 4 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here real quick for Manny Del Carmen. He went 1 inning, allowed 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 7.50. Let's take a look at the box score after 8 had been played here at Fenway. Rangers scoring a run in the second, a run in the sixth, 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. The Red Sox, a run in the fifth, 5 runs in the 7th inning, 6 runs on 5 hits, and 1 error. Ben Bouchard going to take the hit, and here is the pitch. He's 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI. 2-6. Column 2, row 6. That's going to be a strikeout. On a 1-13, that's going to be a 3. Struck him out. So 1 away, and we go to the top of the order. Ian Kinsler is 0 for 4 today. They are not letting Kinsler take the hit. Instead, Frank Cantalonto will come in to take the hit. Pinch hitting, Cantalonto comes into the game with a 3.72. Here is the pitch. 6-3, column 6, row 3, strikeout. On a 1-6, that's a 20. It's too high. 5-3, column 5, row 3, instead. It's a fly ball back to the Ramirez. He goes back, makes the catch, and puts 2 away, and the Rangers are down to the last out. Michael Young, 1 for 4, and here is the pitch. Young, 6-6, column 6, row 6. That's a strikeout on a 1-10. That is a 3. Struck him out. And that's the ball game as the Boston Red Sox defeat the Texas Rangers 6-3. Final line score coming right up. What a game. Rangers had it into the top of the 6th. But Boston came back with that grand slam to take the lead. And they held it. Final score 6-3. Boston. Rangers scored 3 runs on 9 hits and no errors. The Red Sox 6 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. Justin Masterson will pick up the win. Bill Wright gets the loss. Jonathan Pebleton will pick up his 5th save. David Murphy hits his 2nd home run of the replay, and Kevin Yorkos hits his 3rd home run of the replay. Taking a look at the stats here, Justin Masterson, who gets his first win, went 2 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts, an ERA of a 3.28. Bill White picks up the loss. He went 1/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, an ERA of a 36. Frank Francisco, the last pitcher up for the Rangers, he went 1 inning, allowed 2 walks and 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 3.51. And Jonathan Pebleton, who will get the win, went 1 inning, allowed 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 2.34. So that's going to do it for us here at Fenway Park. as the Boston Red Sox improved to 12-9 and the Texas Rangers dropped to 8-12. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on your way through the turnstile. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up and when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Scooty007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.